Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Waupun Community Center for tonight's boys varsity hockey contest between the Waupun Warriors and Fond du Lac St. Mary Springs Ledgers. Tonight is going to be a big challenge for our Warriors. Not only are they going to be facing the number one unanimous vote in Division II, St. Mary Springs Ledgers, but they're also going to be without two of their forwards that have normally out here playing due to some COVID situation, I'm assuming. I know I had heard the last time when I was broadcasting on Monday that there was some concerns about COVID and potential exposures, or at least quarantining. So not necessarily potential exposures, but they got to take the precautions. So we will see a very interesting lineup out here by Waupun, and I didn't hear, and when I was looking at the stats and I was looking at the roster, St. Mary Springs looks like they are fully loaded, which is going to really add to the challenge. But as I was talking to Coach Nick Tank, and I'm going to share in between the first and second period at that first intermission, as I was talking with Coach Tank, magic happens here at the Waupun Community Center. And whenever we get to these big rivalry types of games, it's not uncommon for the Waupun Warriors to step up and defend their home property. And we've seen that already this season, as they've very young team that's very inexperienced has put some fantastic displays of ice hockey out here. And I've continued to see the boys growing and growing each time that they're out there playing. So we'll be back here shortly for this broadcast. So please stay tuned. This is Jeff Sauer on Jeff's live streams, as well as broadcasting on the Waupun Athletic YouTube page. As you can see also, I'll talk about that now, I've got my set up a different email account for some communication with some of the fans. I'm stealing it. I'm not ashamed to say I saw something good that I want to borrow, and it worked out really well when I was broadcasting the other day to a school to the south. I was doing their hockey. I had them set up this email account, so if you'd like to send me an email, I don't know that I'll be able to respond. At least I'll be able to see it during the whistle. As you know, I'm a one-man show here, so this is strictly an amateur contest. I got the camera, I got the computer, I got the announcing, and I'm going to try and do some stats, and I've also got the email. So if there is something that you'd like to send me, I'd love to hear from you. So feel free to email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. We'll be back here shortly as the Zamboni is almost done. It's got one more round, and they'll be ready for this contest here at the Waupun Community Center. Welcome back to the Waupun Community Center. This is Jeff Sauer on Jeff's live stream and on the Waupun Athletic YouTube live stream page for tonight's contest between the Waupun Warriors and the St. Mary Springs Ledgers. Zamboni has just finished. I can't quite tell who's doing the zamming. I'll see if I can pick it up in a little bit when they come back out here. I'm expecting to see a fantastic contest again. Most people will look at this and on paper, this will not be a game. But again, magic happens here at the community center, and I've seen it, and I know that we have done a fantastic job in preparing our boys to get out there and at least give their best effort tonight. It's nice to see some fans here again. I know that we're only limited to only a couple of parents and fans per skater, and I'll tell you that it's great to have audience, and it's good to see that there's also some parents here from St. Mary's Springs. I'm expecting both of these teams to hit the ice here shortly, as we have just finished doing the ice. So the door will be coming down and we'll hear the horn. There is also a professional broadcast taking place, so I am not offended. This is strictly amateur again. I'll do the best that I can to capture everything possible. I've added a replay. I've added the email address that feel free to reach out and contact me. If there's a shout out that you want me to give, I'll be glad to do that shout out. Or if you have some words of encouragement or some constructive feedback and I've got to pronounce a name differently, please let me know. I am wide open for that type of information. The nets are getting set. The officials have hit the ice. You can see St. Mary's Springs has come onto their bench. The Warriors got their door open, and they should be coming out shortly. Don't have Scott Van Galen announcing tonight, but we do have our typical folks running the box down there with Mr. Garrettson and Mr. Holes and Mr. Landel. So we do have our normal lineup, and out coming now, the Waupun Warriors are hitting the ice. We'll get ready here for the announcements of the starting lineups, and I'll see if I can share that information with you as well from whatever I have here. I didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Welsh. I know Mr. Welsh, our two sons had skated together a couple of times and always were very competitive against each other. Coach Welsh got the state championship last year, as you're well aware of, for St. Mary's Springs. And there is some familiar faces on the Springs team as well that we'll talk about. So we're looking at a WIAA contest. So they're just announcing that there's supposed to be some formalities here. So as we get ready to announce the teams. So starting for right wing for St. Mary's Springs will be number 3, Levi Ploss. The next one will be Max Vandeslunt at left wing. There's one of the Waupun names that I'm used to seeing, and the other one is Isaac Highland. At one defense is going to be number 8, Connor Schramm, and the other defense is going to be number 14, Connor McLaughlin. So you can see the starting lineup, and then goal will be Hayden Rising, who also did his youth training here with the Waupun Warriors. Head coach is John Welsh for St. Mary's Springs Ledgers. Coming here for the Waupun Warriors, Mason Holes will be starting out at left wing, I believe. Number 27 will be Casper Dahlke. Number 7, Payson Landel will get a start with the quarantine situation. Number 8, Cade Hartrink will be one defense, and the second defense will be number 22, Micah Buckles. Our Warriors are going to have their hands full. Tyler Fromholtz, who will be in net again. Outstanding season. He may not have the record, but his stats do show it, that he's had an outstanding. He is going to have tons of pressure tonight, and I'm hoping that he'll be able to stand up to the attack. Here's the national anthem. that is our national anthem here at the Waupun Community Center as we get ready for the puck drop here at center ice between the Waupun Warriors and St. Mary Springs Ledgers. St. Mary Springs is ranked number 1, unanimous by the coaches in Division 2. Overall, throughout the entire state, they do combine all of the stats, and they are ranked number 5 in the state of Wisconsin. Rankings don't mean much, though, when you start talking about rivalries. So let's hope that our Waupun Warriors are able to rise to the occasion and put a good show on for us tonight. Once again, this is strictly an amateur broadcast, so if you want to get a professional broadcast, you are not going to hurt my feelings whatsoever if you decide to go to FDL and watch their live stream with Nick Rush. He's got the call over there. They've got the professional equipment and the professional cameras. And feel free to go ahead and pull them both up if you wish. Also, feel free to reach out on my email address that you can see there at the top, livestreamjeff@gmail.com, just to say hi or let me know what your thoughts are. And if you want me to do a shout out, I'll be glad to do so. So please send me that email. Before we get a puck drop, I want to let everybody know I haven't been on Facebook a lot, but I do want to thank everybody. I've seen all the comments, so thank you very much. I enjoy doing this, and I hope that I can give you a decent show tonight. Starting with it right now in defense. Skating with it for number 7, that's Isaac Highland. It's going to be picked up there. That looked like that was Mason Holes. He's going to end up with an icing as it couldn't come all the way back down. 16:43 left here in the first period with our first whistle and icing, and it's going to be a face-off to the Trapper side of Tyler Fromholz. First line, it still looks like is out there. Connor Schramm, number 8. Number 14, Connor McLaughlin. He plays for Team Wisconsin for the Ledgers. The Ledgers have what I could find is with 4 players that are on TW. Micah Buckles was in there, is able to break the puck out, come back into the neutral zone. Knocked down there by Levi Poss. Now it's coming in with Casper Dahlke giving chase. Dahlke with a good hard hit on McLaughlin, and there's going to be a penalty. Elbow is going to be called on Mason Holes. The one thing that we can't do, and this is what happens sometimes with the rivalry games, to get it overcharged, and then the lack of experience takes a penalty for an elbow, 2 minutes, so the Warriors are going to be immediately put on their heels and have to defend their net. So let's hope that the defense, along with Tyler Fromholz, can hold and kill off this penalty here. I was looking at the stats for Ledgers. I'll give that to you here shortly. Brady Welsh out there with McLaughlin. Chipped out into the neutral zone by Sawyer Williamson. Good hard hit there by Brady Garrettson. Comes out now to number 10. That's Dinovich. Back out to Welsh. Welsh moves it to the top. Swings it over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin back out to Welch. Welch looks at the slot, fires. Good stick in the way there by Williamson, and that's going to go into the netting. 1:28 left here on the power play. Hoping you can see the clock up there in the corner as well. So far, no shots on net in that first 32 seconds of the power play. Now out there for St. Mary's is number 22, Owen Bellender, with number 18, Noah Pickert. Tries to get it into the center, looks backside. Good job by Tyler Fromholz to react to that backside shot. Almost gets it cleared out. Now it's knocked down. Trying to go hard after it is Williamson. Decides to pull up, goes into the corner with number 7. That's Isaac Highland, had it there for a second. Now skating back with it is 22, Owen Bellender. Bellender gets it over to 23, Max Vandeslunt. Vandeslunt comes around behind into the corner, comes back out here to Bellender. Bellender swings it over. Good touch pass, and that's going to be cleared. Good save there by the Warriors defense. St. Mary Springs goes to set it up. Pressure by Dahlke, trying to keep it in the zone. Picked up there by Levi Poss. Poss comes in. Dahlke with a good quick stick, able to pop that back down into the corner. And the Warriors have killed off the first minute and 30 of the power play by the Ledgers. Picked off there. Oh, wow, an opportunity. Nice job there by Casper Dahlke. Hounding. Not sure who that was. That might have been Brady Welsh. Number 9 out there also was Caden Blank. And that's going to be put back in. Connor McLaughlin with it. Dump. That's going to be an icing. No icing is called. I'm not sure why. Springs is the one that let it go. That ends up killing the penalty. So both teams are at full strength. So the Warriors kill off that first power play opportunity by Springs, which is huge for them. Starting fired. Good job there. Dakota Stevens out there starting in this second line. Good job with Stevens knocking it down. Around the McLaughlin, the captain for St. Mary's. Brady Welsh gets it back into the neutral zone, and that's going to be pumped in by Micah Buckles. Down into the corner. Picked up there by McLaughlin. McLaughlin tries to get it out to number 10, Dane Dinovich. Good pressure there by the Warriors. Coming back with it, number 17, Kelvin Grass. Held in there. Good backhand opportunity there by Mason Holes as he was battling. Chipped off of the glass. Held in there nicely by Micah Buckles at the line. Warriors are doing a good job so far matching with St. Mary Springs. That goes out wide. Good speed there by Poss. Poss tries to get around, and a good job there. Try to see who picked that up. I think that was Brady Garrettson who busted on the defensive and went on the defensive side. That's number 18, Noah Pickard. Another Team Wisconsin player. Micah Buckles picks it up. Chip opportunity. Warriors trying to get it out of their zone, and they do. Comes out to Garrettson. He turns it over to number 23, Max Vandeslunt. Vandeslunt passes it up to 22, Owen Bellender. Good hustle there by Dakota Stevens. The Stevens had a chance there to go one-on-one. Knocked down there, though, by Pickard. Pickard now skates with it. Goes around, tries to get around Buckles. Buckles steps in his way and stops him from making the attack. Passing that back all the way down to Hayden Rising. Rising, the sophomore goalie for the Ledgers, picks it up. Gives it to Bellender. Back up here now to number 11, Jonathan Korb. Into the neutral zone with it. Picked up by Springs. Trying to break it in, number 6, Anthony Koenigs. Trying to hold his post. That's hard when you've got a player sitting out front, but Tyler Fromholz is doing a good job. Defense is collapsing right into the trapper of Fromholz, and he makes the save at 11:59 here in the first period. The Waupun Warriors are tied with the St. Mary Springs Ledgers 0-0. I forgot that I had the replay button, so I'm sorry I forgot to push it. I'll get it the next time. One by St. Mary's. They fire tip opportunity, but a good job there by Buckles. Trying to get in front of the player from Springs. Brady Welsh with it. Moves it back into the corner. Swung down there by number 17, Calvin Grass. Grass gets it out to number 8, Connor Schramm. Opportunity there as he was crashing, but he missed it. Was number 10, Dane Dinovich. Setting up back behind, trying to get it backside. Nice job there. Slap. Good block there. That hits Brady Welsh, who took that into the ankle. That looks like it's hurting. So he's going to skate off. Fired again. Tip opportunity there by 10, Dane Dinovich, who just missed it. And Tyler Fromholz was squared up beautifully to make the save. 11:19 left here in the first period. Back to live action. Just held there at the blue line. Batzler with it. Batzler with Rice. Kyler Rice is there. Jumps over his stick into the corner. Getting supported by Williamson. St. Mary Springs picks it up. Rice trying to clear it out. Goes back into the slot. Fired into the belly of Tyler Fromholz with a great save there by Tyler Fromholz. Getting it by Williamson. St. Mary Springs picks it up. Rice trying to clear it out. Goes back into the slot. Back to live action, into the belly again. Getting it by Williamson. St. Mary's Springs picks it up. Rice trying to clear it out. Goes back into the slot. Back to the main scene here again. Fired into Fromholz's pad. Banks off into the corner. Fromholz has been under attack, but this is squirting back out into the neutral zone, forcing St. Mary's Springs to reset. Coming with it now is number 22, Owen Bellender. Bellender tries to get it in the slot as St. Mary's was crashing and attacking the net. Fromholz tried to get it. A good tie up there on the backside by Cade Hartring, because that was a pop opportunity there for number 22, Bellender, into Fromholz. Back into the Springs player, trying to put it back towards the net. Now it's picked up by the Warriors. Tyler Rice trying to make a move, gets through the neutral zone, is going to skate it, splits the defense, but that's going to be very hard to try and get all the way into the net from the defensive position. Spread out, that goes out to number 10, Dinovich. Dinovich slams on the brakes, looks for somebody to feed it to, makes an escape move around Dahlke. Dahlke with a good stick knocks it away, gets it into McLaughlin. McLaughlin tries to fire it towards Fromholz, and he squares up and he makes the save. Dinovich slams on the brakes, looks for somebody to feed it to, makes an escape move around Dahlke. Dahlke with a good stick knocks it away, gets it into McLaughlin. McLaughlin tries to fire it towards Fromholz, and he squares up and he makes the save. Dinovich slams on the brake. Back to the main scene here. Sorry, I wanted to make an adjustment quick there on the replay. I did, so you didn't miss much as it went down to the Warriors' end, and then they picked it back up, and Springs dumped it right back in to put pressure on the Warriors. Warriors are doing a good job in their defensive zone, but they've got to get it out and give their defense a break. Comes into the neutral zone, hammered back in. Fromholz gloves it and gives it over to, can't pick up a number there, sorry. Let's see if I can pick that up. I think that is Batzler, Nate Batzler. Drives it across, gets it over. Thanks to Grady Welsh stopping it there. Back into the neutral zone, comes all the way back. McLaughlin has it in the neutral zone, chips it to Welsh. Welsh coming back the other way. Batzler trying to fill the slot, fired in. Good job there again by Fromholz to square himself up and make that save. Tyler Fromholz under attack. The main scene. 8:30, halfway through the first period. Your score is still 0-0 here at the Waupun Community Center. The Waupun Warriors taking on St. Mary's Springs Ledgers, the number 1 team in the state at Division II. So far, they've been holding it tight. Back into the corner. Chip opportunity there, held in, and now it comes back out. Rice with it, tries to get it out to Garrettson. Off of the back of number 3, Poss. Rising comes out and plays it. Picked up there by Hartring. All the way across to Dakota Stevens. Missed him. This was too much in the air. Number 7 trying to make a couple of moves. Isaac Highland. Picked up there by number 18, Noah Pickert. Pickert, another TW player, slams on the brakes, looks to make a move. Gets it in the slot. Picked up there down by number 7, Highland. Rice trying to get it out. Fromholz squares up. That backside. Good job of protecting the backside there by Cade Hartring. The defense is doing a good job here, but they're putting way too much. That's just wide. Comes hard off of the glass. Picked up there again by St. Mary's Springs. Number 11, Jonathan Korb. Korb has it. Works around, tries to get back out front, fires that and right into Tyler Fromholz, who's there tight on the post, and makes the save. Back here at the community center for the face-off at 7:07 here in the first. Micah Buckles with it on his stick, takes it around the net, chips it out here to Mason Holes. Holes tries to get it out and does, picked up there by McLaughlin for St. Mary Springs. He feeds number 6, Anthony Koenigs. Koenigs dumps it in deep. The Warriors go and pick it up into the corner. Koenigs has it, good hard hit there by Mason Holes, trying to escape through the middle. Casper Dahlke moved there to McLaughlin. McLaughlin all the way back out, stretch that over to number 11, Jonathan Korb. And the Warriors pick it up into the corner. 6:32 here in the first period. That's an opportunity here. Good job there by Mason Holes. He's going to see if he can get speed. He gets a fire, and that's going to be wide, so I don't think that'll go as a save. But he decides to drop it. They didn't give him the whistle as there was nobody around, and now it's an icing, so we'll have a face-off back here as Rising had it. Instead of waiting for the whistle, he decided to let the puck go, and that ended up as an icing call. Garrettson in with against Brady Welch. Garrettson pushed it forward. Rising had to make a poke save with that. Sawyer Williamson with some pressure. St. Mary Springs trying to still break it out. All the way, a long stretch pass there, but Kyler Rice had him marked, so good job there. He's doing some scouting, coming in Welsh. Welsh fires off of the shoulder of Fromholtz, bumps it forward. Good job there by Tyler Fromholtz. Back into the neutral zone, picked up there by number 18, Noah Pickert. Pickert tried to get it back in the center. Garrettson gets it, and he decides to ice it at 5:30, which is a smart move here in the high school level because there is no consequence except for a face-off, and they already had all kinds of pressure, so he makes a good play by dumping it down. .5:29 left here in the first period from the Waupun Community Center. You are listening to Jeff Sauer on Jeff's live streams, as well as the Waupun Athletic YouTube live stream page. Please feel free to send me an email here. I just checked, I didn't have any, so if you've got a comment or you want a shout out or something, please send me an email at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'll be glad to give a shout out. Your favorite players, or if you have some constructive criticism, please let me know. I'll be glad to help out there, make some corrections. Centering it, tip opportunity there, but it was a great tie up there by Payson Landel. As he had Welsh marked and tied up, he couldn't pull the trigger on that backdoor shot. St. Mary Springs working it. McLaughlin fired off of the stick of Brady Welsh, who again was sitting on the back door. One of these times he's going to be able to collect it and fire. Welsh walks all the way around. Good job there by Fromholtz, staying a square with him, and Welsh had to hold on to it. Good job there by the challenge of Tyler Fromholtz. McLaughlin fires. Tip on Welsh on missed it. Back out to Welsh. Welsh looks to make a move at the figure skating logo. Comes to top of the circle. Fire. Tipped wide. It was number 8 with a tip. Schramm with a shot. The tip was number 17. Grass. Warriors got to get this puck out and get some control. Back in the slot. Save off of the toe of Fromholtz, I think. Certainly looked like it. McLaughlin fires again. Good job there by Batzler to get his stick in the way. Fromholtz looks like he lost his stick, I think. So he's playing with a player's stick. So Micah Buckles gave up his stick, and nobody is able to get him one from the bench. Picked up, and there's going to be an icing, and that's a great job there by the Waupun Warriors, playing a stick short, and Fromholtz without his goalie stick. Icing. .336 left here in the first period. Warriors have possession for a second into the neutral zone to let up some of that pressure. Good job there by Brady Garrettson, back checking and pulling that puck away. Hartrink tries to reverse it, but right there's a Springs player, number 23, Max Vandeslunt. Comes out to number 22, Bellender. Gets it out into the zone. Good job there getting some relief. Down into the corner. Hartrink's going to pick it up. Goes behind the net, slams on the brakes, reverses. Good direction change. Stevenson missed it as he lost it there, and a hard hit on Hartrink. Gets back up on his feet. That's to number 3, Levi Poss. Back in again, and there's Fromholz battling hard, making the save. 2:45 left here. Picked up there by number 8, Noah Pickert. Pickert looks to move it. Swings it out to number 22. He fires off of the toe of Fromholz. Bellender with a good hard shot. They had the tip opportunity again, but Fromholz is able to stifle that shot. Picked up there now with an opportunity was Williamson, and it's going to be an icing and a good play again as the Warriors need to get a change. Using the rules to their advantage, taking the icing. 2:24 here in the first period. 0-0 is our score. The Waupun holding their own against the number 1 Division II team in the state, St. Mary Springs Ledgers. A little bit of community center magic. Let's hope that it stays in play here for our Waupun Warriors. In at center now is number 9, Caden Blank. Picked up there by Micah Buckles for the Warriors. Takes it off of the half wall. Pinched hard there by Connor Schramm. Back into the corner. Batzler has it. Back into Schramm. Picked up there by... Nice move there by Casper Dahlke. Gets it out. Here's an opportunity for 2, and he takes a hard hip check there by McLaughlin. Picked up. Warriors have a chance. Payson Landell had it on his stick into the corner. In the mid slot was a beautiful opportunity. Good job there by the Warriors. Now coming back with a breakout, number 6, Anthony Koenigs. Koenigs walks in, loses it before he pulls the trigger. Good job there on the defense. Is that Micah Buckles who makes a perfect read? Good job there by Micah Buckles. Takes a hard hit, and he runs into the stanchion as it was right at the penalty box. Micah still looks like he's okay. Coming back with it. Number 18, Noah Pickard through the neutral zone. Walks in, gets around Garrettson, but not a shot on net. Walks all the way back up to the top. Looks, tries to cut through the middle, does. There's a tip opportunity, and there was an opportunity. They had Fromholz sliding, but unfortunately they were unable to execute, or fortunately for the Warriors. Rising, moves it back up to the neutral zone. Good back check there by Dakota Stevens. Picked up by Garrettson. Garrettson gets a knee, but that's not going to be called. 1 minute left here in the period. Warriors, that should be an icing call. And the Warriors will get a break, and they'll have a face-off down here to the Trapper side of Hayden Rising, who is considered a right-handed goalie. Regular normally has the blocker in the right hand, but he's got the Trapper, so it's considered a right goalie. 49 seconds left here for the Warriors. Casper Dahlke in at center with Mason Holes and Payson Landell supporting on the wings. Coming back through the zone. Gives it off over to number 3, Levi Poss. Poss trying to get around Hartrink. Does. Good save there by Fromholz. Poss had him moving and he tried to hit him backside, but Fromholz was able to hold his own with his edges. Trying to get it back out. Warriors do. It's into the neutral zone. Good hustle there. Some pressure. Mason Holes. Payson Landell was in the way as well. That's going to go off of the back of the skater. 15 seconds. Fromholz decides to pick it up. He rims it off of the glass. Held in there, though. Off of the blocker is Fromholz. Puts it into the blue line. Swings it. Held in. Fired. Good job there with a stick is Hartrink making the save. 1 second left here. The Warriors are going to be able to push this first period to an even battle. 0-0 here at the Waupun Community Center. So Waupun Warriors have skated even with the St. Mary Springs. Now we'll wait to see what the saves are. 2 saves for Tyler. 21 saves for Tyler Fromholz, as Hayden Rising had 2 saves. So an amazing first period for Tyler Fromholz to get 21 saves and keep that 0 off of the board. St. Mary Springs dominated with possession and all kinds of pressure, but they were unable to tickle the back of the twine and get one past Fromholz, who's able to hold it. I'm going to pop on the intermission button, which means that you are going to be able to hear from Coach Nick Tank, who was gave us a pregame interview. Talked a little bit about the Oshkosh game, which I didn't get to see and I couldn't find any stats on. And then he talked briefly about tonight's game. You're listening to Jeff Sauer on Jeff's live streams and the Waupun Athletic YouTube live stream. Thanks again for listening and watching, and we will be back. Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to the Waupun Community Center and tonight's contest between the Waupun Warriors and the Fond du Lac St. Mary Springs. Tonight I have with me Coach Tank, who's going to give me a little bit of an interview and talk about what happened against Oshkosh, because I was trying to look at the prep hockey and they didn't give me anything. So I know that you guys came out with a win, and that's huge for our program. So tell me a little bit about how things went with Oshkosh.
Yeah, it was nice to get up there and get a win. It was a hard-fought game, so it ended up 3-1. We got an empty netter at the end of the game, so it was close. It was a battle the whole time. And they tested our kids, and I thought our guys did a good job responding. So they're a pretty high-pressure team. They filled the box a lot. So with our younger guys, it was kind of a challenge to clear them out. But they fought through some adversity and got it done.
I would say, as I've been watching the program through the season, that I think your skaters have gotten stronger and they've gotten better, and they're starting to understand how to play a little bit more of high school hockey. But you keep bringing up a good point. They are a very young team. I mean, you take out your front line usually with your 3 senior forwards, right? And then you've got a junior in net, and you have nobody in the upper class considering a junior or senior on the back end.
Yeah.
So it is a fairly young team. So have you seen the same thing as far as growth?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, really, we've been just working on learning that hockey philosophy, getting smarter out there. It was an adjustment for those kids to get started. Yeah, the game's faster here, so there was a learning curve, and it took a little bit for us to get used to it, but I think we're starting to get there. We've put an emphasis on those younger kids getting in the weight room, trying to build some strength as well, so I think that's having an impact for us as well, and that's something we're going to continue to do. So.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about tonight's contest. Number 1, St. Mary Springs coming in here, number 1 in Division 2, number 5 overall in the state when you look at overall ranking. So tell me a little bit about what you're expecting tonight.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a tough match. They're a good team, up and down. They got a lot of depth, they got some speed, and they got guys that can score. So we're going to really rely on playing some good defensive zone, really trying to keep them to the outside of the ice and just make it difficult for them. And then whenever a mistake happens, we got to do our best to capitalize. So that's the plan.
Awesome. So I'm hoping that it does come to fruition. It's always been, since I've been part of the program, it's always been a tough battle between Springs and Waupun, because typically we've been about the same size as schools.
Right.
Springs has a little bit bigger program right now. Waupun will come back. But what I'm wondering is, so what are you looking for as far as their players?
Well, I think everybody knows going in, they got a couple guys that you really got to put an emphasis on. Number 5 on their team's a real good player. If he gets time and space, he's going to take advantage, so we got to limit that.
Okay. And I think that if I looked at the roster correctly, it looks like there's a couple of Waupun kids who are on the Springs team who used to skate some youth here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. I think one of them is their goalie, and he's also a TW player. So I know that Tyler and Hayden know each other pretty well, which again goes back to a typical rivalry that my son had with Colin Ahern. So it's that tight connection. Do you think that you're going to be able to put enough pressure on them to keep the puck down in their offensive and your offensive zone?
We're going to do our best to get the puck in deep and try and put some pressure on, so we'll see how it goes. Yep. Really, our plan is to just kind of hang in there, try and weather some storms because we know they're coming, and then just overcome some adversity, hopefully.
Well, there's always some magic that happens here at the Waupun Community Center when our Warriors hit the ice. So I'm hoping for you, Coach, tonight that we're able to come up with some magic and that you're able to put some good pressure on the number 1 team in Division 2 and the local Badgerland rival. So good luck tonight, Coach. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I don't think so. Thanks, Jeff.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks.
That was Coach Tank for the Waupun Warriors sharing his information about the last contest and what they're going to do for tonight's contest. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Waupun Community Center, here for this varsity boys ice hockey contest between the Waupun Warriors and the Fond du Lac St. Mary's. We are in the first intermission. Hope you enjoyed the interview by Coach Tank. I thank him for doing that. I really appreciate it. I also received my first email, so that's awesome. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. It says, Henry and Jack say, let's go Cade. And let's go Warriors. And with a huge thanks, I appreciate that. Looks like we've got about 1.5 rounds left here with the Zamboni. If you have a comment or some shout out that you want me to give to that special player that's out there, or to any of the fans or any of our sponsors, I'm going to give a huge shout out to the Waupun Hockey Association. The Youth Hockey Association is an absolutely amazing program that has done fantastic things to make sure that we continue to have high school hockey as they train a lot of these young men. As I was talking about before, there are actually 3 players from St. Mary's Springs who went through the Waupun program, or at least parts of the program. So you have Max Vandeslunt, who started tonight. You have Connor Schramm, who also started tonight. And in goal, you have Hayden Rising, who's playing for Team Wisconsin. So we've got a couple of nice players that the Waupun Association has trained and have moved on over to Springs. And that's what happens when you have the smaller schools and the smaller programs that are nearby. And everybody knows that St. Mary Springs is a private institution, and they can coerce gently players to come and play at their school and sports and get the college prep program is how they sell it. So just a couple of stats. I want you to, this is how amazing this is for Waupun in this first period. Fond du Lac Springs has outscored their opponents 17-5 in the first period. Second period is even stronger, so let's hope the Warriors are up for the challenge. 30-4 is St. Mary's Springs putting on their opponents. And they have played some pretty decent programs, obviously, if they're ranked as highly in the state. So they've played against Edgewood, who's had a strong program. Their only loss on the season is to University School, and I believe University School is ranked 3rd or 4th, I think I saw in the last prep hockey rankings. And they're playing at Division 1, which obviously St. Mary Springs also had the option to play at that level, and they chose not to. They've chosen to stay and play in Division 2, which makes it really challenging in this section here for Waupun to try and get through. But St. Mary Springs would have had to go through U School to try and get to state, so I understand where they were coming from as well. 2 minutes left on the warm-up clock. Sometimes they cut it off a little bit early. Again, if you have something that you'd like to share, please send me an email at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'll be glad to give a shout out. or share anything that you would like me to share. Once again, my shout out goes to the Waupun Hockey Association, strictly volunteer association, and I also want to give a shout out to the city of Waupun for their continued support. And then on a personal note, I want to give a huge shout out to Steve Lenz, athletic director for the Waupun Warriors. Challenging job this year, as do all educators and teachers, trying to handle this COVID situation. But the number one thank you goes to our frontline healthcare workers who have done everything they can to make sure that we are able to recover from this pandemic situation. I'm going to take a sip here, so in 30 seconds, I'll be back. Welcome back to the Waupun Community Center. This is Jeff Sauer with Jeff's live streams, as well as the Waupun Athletic YouTube live stream page. You are watching Waupun Warriors taking on Fond du Lac St. Mary's Spring Ledgers. 0-0 after one. Warriors are going to have plenty of pressure. Skating with it right there is number 8, Connor Schramm. Schramm takes it down into the corner. Held in there. Micah Buckles has it, swings it over to the far side. Stopped there by Isaac Highland. Tried to center it. Good stick, trying to get it out. Was Casper Dahlke trying to get it to Mason Holes, just missed his stick. Buckles picks it up, reverses direction, gets it to Payson Landau. Landau is stuck on the wall. Tried to get it past number 7, Isaac Highland, held it in. Poss with it. Trying to get it out, and they do, forcing them to tag up. Coming back with it, fire, good, off of this pad, but there's again a good defensive play. Most people aren't going to see that on the stats. Once again, that's wide by Highland, but that was a great defensive tie-up. I can't tell if that was Batzler or if that was Landau, that both of them had sticks in the way so that, I believe that was Connor Schramm, could not pull the trigger. Coming back out off of number 17, fires Kelvin Grass. Micah Buckles hounding Brady Walsh. Welsh, the leading scorer, tries to get it backside over to Dinovich. Working it, Welsh. Fired hard. Tip opportunity, Jess Guzzle over the top of the cage. That was one of those dangerous ones that could have popped in. Crash it hard, and no way that they could stop that. It was a great work and a nice pass. Number 18 is going to get the goal. That's Noah Pickard. Pickard does a nice job of crashing hard and pulls the trigger right away on that one-timer. Fromholz couldn't get there. And the assist here at 15:23 for St. Mary's Springs. I believe it's going to go to number 10, but I'm not 100% sure. That was Dinovich, so we'll see if I can pick that up. And once again, I forgot about my replay button, so I apologize for that. Back into the corner. See if I can pick it up. Springs finally is able to break through. Save there from Fromholz. And then it's knocked in by his own player, Kyler Rice. Trying to clear it, puts it in the back of the net for the second goal for St. Mary's Springs. So we'll see who gets credit for that. Now it will be a test for these young Warriors to see if they can figure out how to respond to this attack that the St. Mary's Springs has put on. They need to come back. They need to keep their head up. 2 goals is nothing. $17 and 5. Good save there by Fromholz on the tip opportunity. Waiting to see who they're going to give the second goal to. Well, they're going to give it to 17, and they're going to give a second assist to Brady Welsh, and they're giving one to number 10, Dinovich, on the goal. Rising's going to have to play it down behind his net. Warriors, just like that, gave up 2 goals in less than 20 seconds. Payson Landel there now with some pressure. Springs holds true to their season form, but scoring 30 goals so far on the season in the second period and only giving up 4. The Warriors got a little bit of a hole to work themselves out of. Knocked down, picked up there by Levi Poss, skating it. Makes a move at the blue line. 4 Warriors collapse on him, and he still comes out of there with it. Good job there with a stick. Knocked down. Micah tried to skate with it. Picked up there by number 7, Highland. Isaac Highland had it for a second, and it goes into the neutral zone for the Warriors. Setting it up is one of the goal scorers, Pickert. Pickert goes all the way across ice over to number 23, Max Vandeslunt, and he's going to be called offsides. I think that number 3, Poss, got in just a little bit early for the offside. So at 13-14, the second whistle, or in the second period, Waupun Warriors trailing St. Mary's Springs Ledgers. Dakota Stevens on his stick, gets it into the neutral zone. Picked up there now by number 22, Bellender. Changing directions, back to Pickert. Pickert has it, skates into the neutral zone, swings it out wide over to Vandeslunt. Vandeslunt tries to go into the corner. Rice picks it up, gets it over to Stevens. Stevens gives it back to Rice, who turns it over to Poss. Stevens goes down. Vandeslunt had it over to number 22, Bellender, who was looking for somebody on the backside, so looking for the passes. So very impressive by St. Mary's. They make a good job of passing it. They're not selfish in trying to take it themselves, so they are clean also on their passes, which makes it even more impressive by the Warriors. Good job there by Sawyer Williamson. Falling back just off of the post as Brady Welsh had broken free for a tip opportunity, and the best sound you can hear as a goalie is ching. That's right into the belly of Fromholz, and he makes the save. Back to live action here at the Waupun Community Center. Welsh up against Casper Dahlke. Dahlke wins it back, but it's picked up there by number 10. Dinovich took a shot in on Fromholz. Fromholz seems to be doing okay. I thought he would have got rattled, but he didn't. Save there for Fromholz. Once again, doing an awesome job. Picked up there. Micah Buckles, good job of protecting the backside from the attack. Welsh with it. Swings it over to number 8, Connor Schramm. Schramm walks around, looks. Sends it over to McLaughlin. Good job there with a stick with Nate Batzler to make sure that number 10, Dinovich, didn't get a stick on it. Got to watch Welsh on the backside. Tip, cleared. Batzler unable to clear. It was Landel, left it in, and then Welsh picks it up and decides to reset in the neutral zone, forcing them to tag up. Goes back for the tag up. And the Warriors had it, and Landel then hits it. Drives it down to Rising, who then clears it all the way back out. Back into the neutral zone. Long stretch pass there to number 9. He's got a breakaway. I had a good job there by Tyler Fromholz to come out and challenge a no shot. Coming all the way back. That was Caden Blank who had an opportunity. For St. Mary's Springs, 10:53 here in the second period. Blank once again, same attack. This time is unable to pull the trigger. Backside, good stick there again by Fromholz, making the save and chipping it up into the netting at 10:42. Coming back with it. There's a tip front. Fromholz again grabs it with his glove. .10:35 here in the second period. Waupun trailing the Ledgers 2-0. Time of possession, I don't even know. It's huge. Williamson tried to get it out to Garrettson, who had an opportunity for a little bit of a breakaway. Now coming back with it is Blank. Blank has it. It's number 6 tip opportunity there. That was Anthony Koenigs. In the corner is number 20 battling for Springs. That's Ian Sobel. Comes all the way back out here to Bellander. Bellander swings it over to Noah Pickard. Pickard looks across the blue line, goes all the way back to number 20. Sobel didn't seem like he was quite ready for it. Good job there by Cade Hartrink. And once again, Brady Garrettson has to be in there to make sure that he can help protect at the center position. Hartrink gets a hold of it, tries to clear it, unable to do so. In there battling with it is Garrettson and Hartrink. Forecheck pressure there by Springs. Now comes all the way out here to Bellander. Bellander goes to the backside, tries to go back, which would have been an awesome pass. Chipped, and that's going to go down. That might count as a save. I don't think it was going to go on net, but they might give that one to Rising. St. Mary Springs coming back. Pickard with a good stick check there by number 27, Casper Dahlke. Then Dahlke goes down, and the call is going to be on Max Vandeslunt for tripping. So Waupun will have their first opportunity on a power play. And let's see if they can put something together and tickle the back of the twine here and get this score to a 1-goal game. Power play for the Warriors so far on the season. They have executed 21.7% of the time, which really is not a bad percentage. If you're getting at 30%, that's where you want to be. So Max Vandeslunt with tripping had 9 minutes approximately here in the second period. So the Warriors are on the power play. Comes back out front. Back into the corner. Out here to Micah Buckles. Buckles swings it over to Batzler. Batzler tries to put it towards the net, back into the corner. And there's Poss to pick it up. Tries to clear it, is unable to as Micah Buckles holds it in. Back to Casper Dahlke. Dahlke gets it back out to Buckles. Buckles back over to Dahlke. Switching positions, swings it back over to Batzler. Batzler looks, fires hard, tip, didn't get it through as number 14, McLaughlin, is able to stop it. 1:15 left here on the power play. Fromholz has it, moves it into the corner, picked up there by Mason Holes. Holes loses an edge, picked up by Welsh. Welsh centers it, has control, looks for a crash here from number 8. Good job by Micah Buckles to stop that attack there by Connor Schramm. Back out here into the neutral zone. Springs with possession. Warriors need to get a hold of this puck to see if they can put some pressure back on the other end. Welsh into the corner. Micah Buckles is trying to trail. Coming to the backside. Fromholz is able to get there. Good read by Tyler Fromholz to get back into position quickly. As that was McLaughlin with a quick trigger. Welsh in their battle, and they tried to clear it, unable to do so. Now Buckles is able to at least get it back into the neutral zone. Williamson was there trying to pick it up. Back all the way out, spread out, and there's 10 seconds left, or 15 seconds left here on the power play for the Warriors. And besides the initial 20 seconds or so, 30 seconds, it's all been Springs. Now coming back with it is Micah Buckles, trying to make a move around Pickard, unable to do so, and that's going to pop into the glove of Rising. Both teams at full strength. Sorry about that. I couldn't get the main scene button to work. Just missed the face-off, which then went right into the corner. And then the 3 seconds came off the clock, and Springs is back at full strength. So they were able to kill off another power play. And Springs on the season as effective at 88.9%. 89% of the time they have been able to kill off the penalties, which again is an amazing feat in their 12-1 record. Pickert with it. Tries to skate around Stevens, does. Now tries to get around Hartrink and does. Good job there by Hartrink to get back and protect the back door. Pickert swings it over to Bellender, who swings it back over to Save. And a save opportunity there once again. Fromholtz having to battle hard in there. Vandeslund is down low, as there are also some shots by Poss. That's coming out to Rising. Rising looks. He feeds it all the way back up to the neutral zone. Skating with it now is Bellender. Bellender looks, fires into the trapper of Fromholtz, who makes the save. Tyler Fromholtz. .556 left here in the second period. Face off to the Trapper side of Fromholtz, who is just getting peppered but doing a fantastic job of only letting 2 in, of which 1 was helped. Comes back out into the neutral zone. Picked up there by McLaughlin. He feeds it out to number 17, Grass. Grass gives it over to Welsh. Welsh back over to McLaughlin. Blocked in front. Good job there again by Fromholtz. Get the pads to the ice. Warriors have it for a second, and it's taken away from Zimmerman. Off of the stick on that shot. Fromholtz is able to stop it. Tyler is getting peppered, and you can see he's got a little bit of frustration. 5:17 here in the second period. Icing is the call, which is a good play again from the Warriors, since at the high school level there is no consequence. Gives their players a chance to change and get a break. Picked up there, swung back over. Hayden Rising so far with the 0 up on the board. He's had 2 shutouts on the season. Trying to see if he can get his 3rd here in Waupun. And let's see if our Warriors can do something about that. Pickert has it, swung it over to Bender. That's going to go underneath the stick of Garrettson. And going in hard now is Anthony Koenigs. Koenigs into the corner. Gets bumped there by Micah Buckles. Picked up again. Good hard hit there by Buckles and the Jonathan Korb. Micah's got to be careful not to let the emotions get too far out of hand, so he doesn't get called for a penalty. That would be the worst thing for the Warriors. Good job there again with a stick. Battling. Dakota Stevens getting some good pressure there on Bellender. Springs trying to walk it around, working to set it up. Pickert goes all the way across ice over to Bellender. Bellender switches places. Springs likes to use, it looks like they are using a full, drawing a blank here. I'll see if it comes to me in a second. That's going to be cleared, dumped into the bench. A full cycle. Instead of using the cycle, which you normally would see just around one of the circles in the corners, Springs likes to use a cycle around the entire net. So they like to work that puck around from one corner to the other corner, then back up, and they're using a cycle around the whole net. And as they make the drop, then the players are changing positions. And they're doing a nice job of working it around. When you have good edges and you have speed, that's something that you can work on. But so far, the Warriors have done a good job of not letting them get decent shots as they move this around. That's off of the stick of Fromholtz again with the save. Sorry about that, back here to live action. For some reason my button just switched positions, so now I'll have really a mess on my hands. One-man show, producer, director, color, announcing. No penalty is called there. Oh, there is. So Fromholz tries to get to the bench. By the time he gets there, it's touched. So Tyler was trying to get there for the extra attacker was what the Warriors could have used. And that's going to be a tripping penalty is going to be called on number 3, Levi Poss. Warriors, on their second power play opportunity, have connected 22% of the time on their power play. Could really use a power play goal right here. So at 3:14 left here in the second period, 2-0 is the score. Warriors trailing 2-0 to Springs. 2 minutes on the clock. Skating back with it hard the other way is coming number 10, Dinovich. Dinovich tries to walk in, and a great save there by Tyler Fromholz. He wasn't sure he got it, and a good job. Blank was there to pick it up and could pull the trigger, so great save by Tyler Fromholz. Once again, Springs grabs it. Bellender, he tries to fire it, and Tyler Fromholz says enough, and he's going to get the freeze, and let's reset and get started here with 1:32 here in the second period. Tyler has had to work his tail off, and he's been outstanding. Welsh wins it back and gets it over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets it back over to number 17, Calvin Grass. Now it's picked up by the Warriors. Here comes Brady Gerritsen. Gets it into the zone. They're trying to set it up. Gets pinned into the corner. Casper Dahlke tries to get it, and now he's going to get caught pinching, and now we're coming back the other way with a 2-1 opportunity. Welsh looks to Grass and is unable to put it in. Fromholz knocked the net off, but the official is going to let it go instead of getting the whistle. Coming back the other way, Sawyer Williamson tries to put some pressure on, unable to pull the trigger. Welsh, once again, with speed, trying to attack the zone. He's got Grass with him again. This time he fires it into the belly of Fromholz, who makes the save. Tyler Fromholz, once again, solid, making the save. Back to live action here at the Community Center in Waupun. 42 seconds left on the power play for the Warriors. They're trailing 2-0 with 1:56 left here in the second period. Brady Gerritsen. Oh, I take that back. That's number 13 for the Warriors. That's going to be Sawyer Williamson, who was just on the ice. You can tell he was a little bit gassed. Comes back out, looking to make a move. Number 7 brings it all the way back, and they're going to eat up some more time. In the neutral zone, Pickert swings it over to Bellender. Back over to Pickert. Looking for possession. Looks high into the slot. Tried to get it over to Vandeslunt. Missed it. Rice picks it up. Tyler Rice with it. Tries to chip it out of the zone. Unable to do so as it's held in there by Highland. Isaac Highland into the corner. Walks out in front. Good job there. 1 second left, and that's going to do it. Both teams are at full strength, and Levi Poss goes right back out on the ice. They hit him at the top of the slot, or at the blue line. Noah Pickert, one of the goals from the evening, looks to move the puck. Does. Tyler Rice is able to intercept. In there battling with Max Vandeslunt. Now pulled away there by number 3, Levi Poss. Rice in with Poss, battling, trying to get it out. Isaac Highland with it, brings it all the way out here to Bellender. Bellender swings it over to number 10 into Fromholz, and Fromholz makes the save with 37 seconds left here in the period. Waupun trailing St. Mary's Springs Ledgers, the number 1 team in the state in Division 2, number 5 overall within the state. You should when you've got 4 skaters that skate with the Team Wisconsin. Tier 1 before and after season. Back out into the front, nobody there. That's going to go deep. Picked up there by number 14, McLaughlin. Connor McLaughlin with it, one of the TW players. It's out there with Brady Welsh, another TW. That's going to go into the number 10. Looks off the side of the net. It was a great challenge there again by Fromholz. Had the opportunity to attack, but it was a good job there as Dinovich had him, but Tyler Fromholz is there. Fired hard into the belly of Fromholz. And 1.8 seconds left, and there's no way they should be able to pull the trigger. They are. Back to live action. St. Mary Springs decides to pull Hayden Rising and get a sixth attacker out there. Welsh is going to see if he can bump it forward. Good job there by the Warriors. Time. Good save. As it doesn't quite get to Fromholz. So after two, the Waupun Warriors trail St. Mary Springs Ledger 2-0, which is absolutely amazing. We'll talk and see if I can get the saves from down at the score box. And I'll share that information with you. Three saves for Rising. 47 saves by Tyler Fromholz after two periods. Absolutely peppered by the offense of Springs. And Tyler has been standing tall in the net and reading passes and reading shots coming at him, so he's been able to smother the puck. One of the goals given up was a scramble in front, kicked in by his own player, but they gave credit to number 17, Calvin Grass, and assisted by number 5, Brady Welsh, and number 10, Dane Dinovich. For Welsh, that gives Welsh on the season 37 points, which is absolutely phenomenal for Brady Welsh. I believe he's leading the state in goals or points. I thought I saw that on Prep Hockey. I don't go there as much except for to get our information. But he is, I know he's up there in the top 5, at least for goals and assists within the entire state. And then the first goal was given to number 15, which is Hayden Diedrich, with an assist by number 3, Levi Poss, and number 5, I believe it was. I'll have to double check that. Doesn't seem right. So I'll see if I can pick that up here at this intermission, and I'll come back and share that. But the Warriors are trailing St. Mary Springs. You're listening to Jeff Sauer on Jeff's live stream. Please, once again, if you have a shout out that you want me to give, I'll be glad to share that information. Send me an email message on livestreamjeff@gmail.com, and I'll be able to share some information and give a huge shout out to the players. So thanks for listening to Jeff Sauer on Waupun Athletic YouTube live stream and on Jeff's live streams. We'll be back for the third period. Welcome back to the Waupun Community Center. You are listening to Jeff Sauer on Jeff's live stream here at this varsity boys hockey contest between the Waupun Warriors and the St. Mary Springs Ledger. The Zamboni has just left the ice with 2:30 left here on the clock for the Warriors to come out here in the third period. So the Warriors ended up giving up 2 goals, which holds true to form for St. Mary Springs, who has outscored their opponents 30-2 on the season. 30-4 in the second period. And they've also outscored their opponents 28-10 in the third period. So hopefully the Warriors are able to put a little bit more pressure on Hayden Rising, who's had 2 saves in the first period, 1 save in the second period, compared to Tyler Fromholtz, who's had 21 saves in the first period and 26 saves in the second period, and facing 28 shots since he gave up those 2 goals. So he has just been under siege. So hopefully they'll be able to bounce back here and see if they can close the gap. It doesn't take much to get themselves back into this. A 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. Now obviously St. Mary Springs, with all of their experience, is probably not thinking that way, which is also good for the Warriors. As I stated earlier in the beginning, magic happens here at the community center, and hopefully there's some magic that's going to be left. I also want to give a shout out, please, if you have something that you'd like me to share on my live stream here, feel free to send me an email. Once again, I did get an email from Charlie Voigt. Henry and Jack say, let's go Cade. So let's go Warriors. Hopefully Cade Hartrink is able to feel the vibes that's coming out of that email and that shout out, and that he'll have a decent third period here. If there's something else that you'd like me to share, feel free to send me that email. I'll be glad to shout out. And my shout out again goes out to the Waupun Hockey Association. Strictly volunteers are running this. They don't get paid to be on the board. You don't get paid to run the score clock down here. You don't get paid to do the announcing. That's one of the benefits of having the high school help support the hockey program. So all run by volunteers, and it's fantastic that we're continuing to able to provide this very expensive sport, and that we continue to generate the talent. For a school our size to have the talent to put together all of the programs that we do in the winter is absolutely amazing. Shout out also to Steve Lenz, athletic director at the high school. Thank you again for this opportunity to let me live stream. Hopefully our Waupun Warriors are able to pull this out here in the third period. Hopefully Tyler was able to get some refreshments, get a little bit of Powerade and some electrolytes back into his body so that he can stand up again for another attack, I'm sure, that's going to come from St. Mary Springs. In center for Springs is Isaac Highland with Levi Poss and Vandeslunt. And defense is number 8, Connor Schramm, and 14, Connor McLaughlin. For the Warriors, Mason Holtz with Payson Landel and Casper Dahlke. And on defense will be Micah Buckles and Nate Batzler. Buckles goes to pick it up behind the net. Banks it, trying to get it out. Held in the zone. Batzler has it, clears it into the neutral zone, but coming back the other way is number 18, Noah Pickard. Pickard on the ice again. Out to McLaughlin. Fires. Tip opportunity as number 23, Max Vandeslunt's crossing in front of the goalie. Unable to get it there as it went wide. Back out to Schramm. Schramm has it. Swings it out here to Poss. Poss misses it there. Picked out by Vandeslunt. Vandeslunt tries to go through the center. Good defensive sticks once again. Warriors are all packed in to protect around Fromholtz, which can be dangerous. Good glove there. Vandeslunt trying to pick the corner, and picked off nicely by Tyler Fromholtz. Back here to live action. Gerritsen was in at center. facing Brady Welsh. Dakota Stevens fired, and it's up in the corner of the net, and that's going to be Brady Welsh picking the top bar and getting the third goal for St. Mary Springs. And if they followed suit, it looks like the assist is going to go to 17 and 18, but we'll see what they say here as the announcement. Welsh, once again, that's his 25th goal of the season for Springs, picking up a 3-0 lead. Garrettson pushes it forward, tried to walk it into the zone, does. Now it's picked up there by Pickard. Pickard gives it to Welsh, then crashes to the net, tried to get it to him. Fromholz had a piece of it for a second, then loses it. That's going to hit Pickard in the back. Pickard goes down. Welsh has it. Bellender swings it back over to number 10. Pickard gets the assist. Once again, there was a great attack. Fromholz having to scramble all over the place to protect that net. Welsh out to Bellender. Bellender fires, tipped wide. Warriors are trying to mark the players in front. 3-0 is your score here at the Community Center as the Warriors trail the number 1 team in Division II. Giving it back to Welsh, trying to call for it in the low slot. Banked it off of the, comes out to Bellender, off of the skate of Kyler Rice. Stop it from getting to Fromholz. The defense has been battling hard. Good collapse there by Micah Buckles. That's going to squirt out, and the Springs is going to have to reset. Giving the Warriors a chance to change. They change a little bit slow. Pickard tries to get it through the feet. Almost does, but a good job there by Casper Dahlke to take it away. Dahlke with it. Tries to change directions. Does. Off a blank, but it's picked up there by number 20, Ian Zabel. Back into the neutral zone. Zabel with it over to McLaughlin. Back to the neutral zone. Chips over to Blank. Blank drives it down low. Fromholz picks it up. Chips it to Rice. Rice has it. Moves it across the boards. Looking for the breakout. Comes back into the neutral zone, and it's read nicely there by Vandeslunt. Vandeslunt picked it up. McLaughlin fires. Tipped. Oh, on the back door was Blank. Unable to pull the trigger. Once again, they do a fantastic job of putting that tip on that back side. They haven't been very successful with it tonight. Comes all the way back out to McLaughlin. McLaughlin has it. Fires. Tip. Save there by Fromholz. By Vandeslunt on the tip. Micah Buckles trying to get it out. And cleared by Brady Garrettson. Garrettson has it into the neutral zone. And crosses the red line. And into the player for Springs. I'm not sure who that was. Coming back the other way now is number 8 is Connor Schramm. Schramm has it, trying to circle. Ridden off of the puck there. Knocked down in front into the glove of Fromholz. Again, as he's able to stretch those arms out and reach and pull that puck down with his trapper. .13:03 left here in the third period. Fired hard by Pickard as that comes all the way out to the top of the key, or top of the blue line in the high slot. Battling, pinned up against there is number 17. Kelvin Grass comes all the way back out to Pickard. Pickard looks, drops it into the neutral zone with good defense by Dakota Stevens. That's coming out to Welsh. Welsh looks to make a move, gets around Rice, back out front, and there is that opportunity that I've been talking about. Number 17, Kelvin Grass, with an assist by Brady Welsh. St. Mary's has worn down our Waupun Warriors. 4-0 now as they put 2 goals up here within the first 4.5 minutes of the third period. Hoping for a little bit of magic here in the community center for the Warriors. They're battling Badgerland Conference rivals and the number 1 team in the state in Division II. Down into the corner, to the zone. Welsh with the assist from Grass. Or Grass gets the goal. Welsh gets the assist. Pickard, written down by Rice, and then goes down number 9 for the Warriors. That's Mason Holes. Welsh with it again. Backside. There's that thing again, and there is no way that Fromholtz can pick that off numerous times, as number 10, Dane Dinovich, is able to put one past Fromholtz this time on the attack. Three goals here within the first 5:05 of the third period. Long stretch pass again. Springs is still going to continue on the attack, which is the sign of a champion. They're just going to keep pouring it on as much as they can. Tyler Fromholtz has done very well in net up until this point. He's been peppered. Looks a little bit slower, a little bit tired, which is not a surprise when you've faced 47 shots in the first 2 periods. He's had to work his tail off. Defense is collapsing around, but there's a little bit too much watching. Fromholtz is able to get the glove on it and get the whistle here at 11:13 in the third period. And they decide to switch goalies here as Rising's going to come out. And number 1 is Brendan Gardig. Freshman goalie is in net now for Springs. Coming back into the neutral zone. See if they get a bunch of players out there. Bellender still is out there, one of the top 2 lines. Fires that. Back down low. Picked up by Nate Batzler. Batzler bangs it off of the wall. And there's going to be no call. So looking there for the stick check. Korb, 22 White, is going to be called with tripping. So Micah Buckles is going to go to the sin bin and sit for 2 minutes with a 2-minute tripping call. 10:43 here in the third period. The Warriors now are going to be on the penalty kill, which takes more energy to try and stop this St. Mary Springs attack. Casper Dulke in that center, running at the key. Backside again on the attack was number 3, Levi Poss. For the Springs, swings it quickly over to Pickard. Pickard back to Billender. Over to Vandeslunt, who swings it all the way back over to Poss. Back over to Vandeslunt, pulls the trigger, and that just went high. Once again, that is a great attack that Springs has. They do a clean job of passing it. That's what really is making a difference. They clean passes right on the stick. Good job there by Casper Dulke to knock it off of the stick. Vandeslunt holds it in. Looks, runs to the point. They go right through the feet of Holtz, backed into the slot. Pickard, back over to Vandeslunt, who backs over to Ballendor. Picked up there by number 3. Backside first, Vandeslunt unable to put the stick on it, as the Warriors had to collapse. Good job there by Fromholtz, and then he's able to grab it out of the air with 53 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Warriors. 9:36 here in the third. Tyler Fromholtz having a fantastic night in net. It may not look like it with 5 up on the board. He held Springs scoreless in the first and only gave up 2 in the second. The beginning here, the third period, things collapsed a little bit, and I think I can tell Warriors run 2 lines with the COVID situation that they've had. They've had to keep some of their players are unable to suit and be at practice. Fired, and that's going to go off of the post, as that's going to be number 10 with the goal. Dane Dinovich is going to get the goal on the power play goal with 39 seconds left. And the power play percentage, which has been outstanding for Springs on the season, They were at 50% coming into this game. That is outstanding. That is phenomenal. That's not something that you typically see. But by watching this program move the puck, you can see why they're so effective with their power play. Now the Warriors need to do something here to try and get a goal past this new goalie that's come in here. See if they can build a little bit of confidence. Grass with the assist to Dinovich. Here's an opportunity now for Garrettson. Good defense there by McLaughlin. He fires it towards the net and knocked just a little bit wide. Garrettson, tired, you can see just circling out there looking to make a change. Knocked down, dumps it into the corner, tries to get to the bench. These Warriors are just exhausted as they've been trying to chase Springs all over the ice. Fromholtz gets it, freezes it, to give them an opportunity to get a breather here at 8:22 in the third period. A 6-goal lead, and we have a running clock. So you got a feel for the Warriors, who have done everything they possibly can and battled, just haven't been able to put it all together. Coming back with it now, that's Payson Landel. He puts it towards the goal. Missed by the Trapper. There is an opportunity to get in as the freshman goalie made a mistake there, but the Warriors were unable to capitalize on it. Coming back the other way, fired into the Trapper of Fromholtz, who freezes it. It's going to be wide, but I'm sure they'll give him a save just because of the number of attacks he's been under. 7:30 left here in the period. Running clock for St. Mary Springs. Once again, they are working that cycle around the net. I don't know that it really is a cycle. They just do a great job of circling with speed as they take it from one end to the other, and then they're able to move the puck so quickly that the Warriors haven't been able to recover. They've done an outstanding job, though. Again, it doesn't show on the scoreboard. Holtz had an opportunity there, but Vandeslunt, good stick, gets it away from him. Once again, the blind pass this time. Knocked off of it. Number 7, Isaac Highland, did a good job of knocking Kyler Rice off of the puck. Come back out here to the top. Swung again. 16 fires, tipped there by Highland. That's Cullen King playing in at defense. Down in the corner, pinned. Looking for a change. Out front, Warriors trying to get the puck out of the zone. Too much standing and watching right now, and I think that the legs have just disappeared. Having a game on Tuesday in Oshkosh in a close contest, and then coming right back here on a Thursday to face the number 1 team in Division II in the state. And you can see why. Warriors still battling. There's a head contact. High stick might be the call on Brady Welsh. It is. So Welsh is going to go have a seat. He knows it. 5:46. 2 minutes. Here's the opportunity the Warriors need to try and at least get one in the back of the net, as they'll have an opportunity to challenge the new goalie for Springs. You know that Springs wants to get out of here with a shutout if possible. Garrettson gave it over to Williamson. Williamson had it there for a second. Back down, has Dakota Stevens on the backside, fired towards the net, and the goalie is able to grab it with a Trapper. Good save there for number 1, Brendan Gardig. Running clock, so this doesn't help the Warriors on this power play, as already 30 seconds have gone off the clock. Swung all the way around, and that's going to come all the way out of the zone, and Batzler's got to go get it. And here comes pressure from Dinovich. Chipped over to Stevens. Stevens brings it back to Dinovich. Has it. Looks to make a move. Loses an edge. Gets it out into the neutral zone. Good job there by Brady Garrettson to get a hold of it as he dumps it back. There's nobody there to hold it in. And the Warriors are going to have to reset. Batzler tries to chip it in, and that goes out. And there'll be a face-off that's going to be right here in front of the Springs bench. Running clock. 45 seconds left on the power play for the Warriors to try and see if they can get one past and just break the seal on that goal. Garrettson drives it forward. It's one of the new techniques I've seen more and more, and I don't know that it's played there by Fromholtz. I don't know how effective it has been so far. Buckles swings it off of the half wall, trying to get it out. Williamson has it, tries to get in, it is rubbed off. Knocked down there by Buckles, held into the zone. Warriors got to tag up. They do. Dalkey trying to make a move, gets it back out to Buckles. Buckles tries to swing it over to Batzler, and we're back to full strength, and there's Welch out. They're going to hit him, and he's going to have a chance to break away. Buckles does a good job of recovering and stopping Welch on that attack. Nice play by Micah Buckles to step in. Warriors trying to get it out. Chip tried to get it there to Williamson. Comes back to Welsh. 3:20 back behind the play again. Here comes Noah Pickert. Makes a move. Good job there by Tyler Fromholtz to freeze Pickert and make the save. Comes all the way down. Good save by Tyler Fromholtz. That's what all the cheering is about. They had a fantastic breakaway opportunity, and he was able to stone Noah Pickert, another one of the TW players. Garrettson has it. There's Pickert on him. Garrettson fires into the trapper of Gardig at 2:48 here in the third period. Gardig with a save. He drops it. Thought they were going to give us a whistle. Coming back the other way is number 20, Ian Zabel. Springs right back on the attack. 2:35 here in the third period. Number 12 in there. That's Dominic Basley. That's coming off the wall, so that'll be the fourth line. And he doesn't play it. And that'll be an icing. The clock will still run. Should be at the 2-minute warning here at the community center in Waupun. Face off there by number 11. Korb was in there with Garrettson. Trying to hold this last minute and 53. Warriors really need to see if they can break that zero. It will not go to Rising, though, for another shutout since he came off. So he won't get the shutout. Gardig won't either because he didn't play the 3 periods. Knocked off of the puck there, number 25. Beasley. Abraham. Gave it to number 2, Cooper Bilo. That's going to be chipped back into the neutral zone and trying to go with it hard with speed by McLaughlin. Good job there battling as Casper Dalkey trying to get it from McLaughlin. McLaughlin is able to hold it. Long stretch pass. Gets it into the zone as number 11, Korb. Then it comes back into the neutral zone. 1 minute left here in this contest. Waupun trailing. Oh, nice move there by Vandeslunt, but Fromholtz discipline stays put. Trying to get it back out front. Warriors losing their pressure. You can see that they're sitting and watching. They're tired legs. Springs does a good job of moving the puck. I mean, there's just outstanding puck movement and clean passes. Tried to get it past. Fromholtz is able to get the save as Vandeslunt was there poking away. 2 saves there off of the pad and into the glove. With 20 seconds remaining here for the Warriors, Fromholtz looks at the clock. He's hoping that it's going to run out, but I think we're still going to get one more drop with 10 seconds left. Drops the puck. 2 seconds, fires towards the net, and that's going to do it here for this contest in Waupun as the Waupun Warriors fall to the St. Mary Springs Ledgers 6-0. No handshakes allowed on the ice this year, so you're going to see the salute to both teams across from each other. Got to be proud of your Waupun Warriors for sticking in there and battling against the number 1 team in Division II. Three saves for Gerdig. 19 saves for Fromholtz. 66 for Fromholtz, so he gets 66 saves on 72 shots. Once again, this is Jeff Sauer with Jeff's live streams and Waupun YouTube live stream. Thanks for listening and watching. Once again, if you have some information you'd like to share with me, please send me an email at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. Looking back for any feedback that you have. Thanks again for listening and watching. Warriors put up a hard-fought battle. Unfortunately, they fell on the losing side of this contest with St. Mary Springs Ledgers. You've been listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream and the Waupun YouTube live stream page. Thanks again. Appreciate it. I want to give a huge shout out again. A nice post by Sandy Buckles, who does phenomenal pictures for the program. Did a great job of posting a thank you for all that I'm doing for this. And I just want you to know, all of you, I saw your Facebook posts. Thank you very much. This is my way again of giving back to the Waupun Hockey Association that I felt has given so much to our family and also to the school district. So I do hope that you've enjoyed the broadcast, and I'll take any feedback that you have anytime. So I appreciate it. Thanks again. Have a great evening, and God bless.